What's going on, y'all? I decided to go live on this one. I'll wait for a couple people to get up in here, man. I'll go ahead and get started, man. Because we definitely got to talk about this. Definitely. And I know some people going to be feeling some type of way. I really don't care. Salute to whoever is in here. I think I got one person so far. I'm not going to be on here too long. I just wanted to go live on this one, though. I got to talk about this, man. I want to get everybody feedback. You know, some of y'all feedback might be different on this. I don't know. I definitely got to get everybody's opinion, though. I'll give it a couple minutes and then I'll go ahead and get started because I got to unleash on this one right here. I got to unleash. All right, I see a couple people up in here. Not too many people, but let me know who's all in here. Let me know who's all in here. Thank y'all for hitting the like. We got 3 people in here so far. Not too many. Let me know y'all in the building if you want to. So I can see y'all. I'm up in here driving right now. Okay, we got Kev Cook. What's up with it, man? How you feeling, bro? I know Kev Cook got something to say about this. I know you got something to say about this. What's up with it, Chad? I see you in the building, bro. What's going down with you? Hold on 1 sec. I'm going to rinse you up right now. There you go. I rinsed you up, Chad, man. I meant to do that. For some reason, I thought I already had you as a moderator, but I guess I didn't. Oh, okay. Yeah, keep on grinding, homie. I see you, man. I'm grinding with y'all. Nah, no problem, man. Nah. We might not agree, even though earlier, man, you was capping about that bum shit, but you still my guy, man. You still my guy, man, regardless. All right, man, check it out, man. Check it out. Let me just go ahead. I guess we'll just wait for everybody else. Make sure y'all share this video. Get this word out. I want everybody to know I'm on here. What's up with it, Sean? I see you. All right, look, man. Look. Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant and Luke Longley are all bitter as hell, man. They mad. Okay? And all of this could be settled any other type of way. But what they want to do is they want to go on a smear campaign. I mean, it wouldn't even be no smear campaign really, because everybody knows that Jordan isn't, the most liked person. If you know the history of Jordan, his personality, everybody knows that he's not a very liked person, which we know that. However, I'm not going to sit up here and cap it all. And, there's going to be some people, that absolutely cannot stand Jordan. They love this. They're loving this right now. People that absolutely can't stand Jordan. They don't like his personality. They don't like him as a basketball player, and they gonna do everything that they can to ride with Scottie, to ride with Luke Longley, and ride with Horace Grant. I mean, look, one could argue, man, that you really rode the coattail of Jordan. Okay, now I'm not going to discount the hard work that Horace Grant put in, or Scottie, of course, that he put in, because I happen to like Scottie, very much. But come on, man, don't bite the hand that feeds you. Okay, and if we're really being honest, and we're being for real about everything, uh, Jordan was the one that actually motivated them to play even harder. Didn't nobody even know Luke Longley. Nobody knew who Luke Longley was. I mean, come on, let's just be honest, man. Nobody knew who Luke Longley was. Scottie, if it had not been for Jordan showing him the ropes, okay, and that's not to say that Scottie didn't have any type of potential or anything like that. But I mean, if he didn't show him the ropes on how to be an NBA player in terms of the mental side of things, Scottie wouldn't have even amounted to where he is. Yeah, I know they were always jealous. I mean, just like a lot of the players were jealous of Jordan. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, when they played the New York Knicks, it wasn't just the Detroit Pistons either. Um, no, he wasn't afraid to shoot. But and this is another thing too. Jordan wasn't afraid to pass neither. He wasn't. Listen, everybody wants to sit up here and act like Jordan didn't want to do what was best for the team. You probably could have said that, like, when he first started playing. Okay, when he first started playing, he really didn't trust. He had a big problem with trusting his teammates. Everybody knows that. Okay. Horace Grant was mentally weak. Okay, let's just call it what it is. Horace Grant was a solid player. I'm not going to sit up here and cap like Horace Grant didn't put in work. Nah, he put in work. But I mean, you coming out here like a crybaby. Come on, man. A tour. Like, it's three things. Well, really about let's get on Scottie. It's three things that you probably angry at. Okay, you probably, for one, you angry because you felt like you should have been given more props, if not even more than Michael Jordan. Okay. It could be the larger situation that's going on right now, because let's just call it what it is. Larger, she's got a bag, and on top of that, she's running around here doing well. And many people's eyes, she's doing Scottie wrong or whatnot by linking up with Marcus or whatever. Well, first they broke up, and then they don't know what the hell they want to do. And then on top of that, let's just call it what it is. You might not be making the money that listen. You might be falling on hard times. Now, it might not be the hard times of the average citizen, but I mean, come on now, because some people's broke is different from other people's broke. Like, well, millionaire broke is different from the average working class citizen broke. It's a difference. What's up with it, Alex? I see you in the building, bro. You know, it's got to be one of them three reasons. It's got to be one of them three reasons. Because I'm not going to sit up here and just say that Michael Jordan was just, okay, he was horrible to his teammates or anything like that. Okay, yeah, he punched Steve Kerr. Yeah, he probably talked to him like crap in the practices and everything. Yeah, you know, he probably had some, you know, when that one time when he was talking about Horace Grant when he wasn't playing so well. You know what I'm saying? That was all on the documentary. And then y'all bitter about the documentary. Y'all act like Jordan had full control over that whole entire documentary, and that wasn't the case. That was not the case. Now, some people gonna argue, they gonna sit up here, well, they made, you know, Scottie, you know, look bad in the documentary, but it's a part of the history. It's a part of what you did. It's a part of what happened. You know, I mean, do you think that it wasn't any more fair than them highlighting Dennis Rodman's trials and tribulations when he had to go get Dennis Rodman, and it even showed that Dennis Rodman wasn't even playing, you know, wasn't playing up to par when him and Scottie, when Scottie was gone. And they talked about Dennis Rodman, you know, they talked about just as bad as Dennis Rodman as they did, you know, about Scottie. But see, the thing with Scottie, man, that was your decision, bruh. You brought that on yourself. You have nobody but to blame but yourself. You have nobody but to blame but yourself. And then on top of that, let's just talk about all this, you know, with this larger situation and all that. Look, Scottie wasn't no saint. So that's why, like, all this stuff about, you know, Larsa, you know, living her best life and all this other stuff, I kind of really don't feel sorry for Scottie Pippen, because we all know that Scottie was doing his thing too. I mean, come on, he was an NBA player. He got access, well, first off, he got access to millions of dollars, and he got access to some of the best looking women in the world. You said Horace Grant mentioned beat Jordan in the 95. Yeah, but I mean, what, that's something to celebrate? Did you win a championship that year without him? No, you did it. And salute to you. That's the only thing that he said. Man, they were picking up Horace Grant as if he won a championship. You know what I'm saying, with Orlando and stuff. But then what happened the very next year when Jordan got right? Because I keep telling people, and I've had this argument, we can argue back and forth, we could debate it, we could debate until we go ahead and the Lord calls us home, right? Until the Most High calls us home. You cannot sit up there and do a different sport for a significant amount of time and then think you're just going to come back into another sport where you are accustomed to playing and everybody is all in shape. Everybody, you know, you playing like basketball is like dog years. Or you know, any other sport. If you miss a significant amount of time, you got to get your body back in the rhythm. So, and I know people gonna be like, well, there's no excuses. He's supposed to be Jordan and all this other stuff. You know, that might be the case, but hey, they still made it to the Eastern Conference Final. And on top of that, they did not get swept. Orlando got swept. He came back next year and he swept them. Well, the combination of everybody else on the team, because I don't like just individual. I'm all about team, but it wasn't just Jordan alone. Yeah, he was weak-minded. I mean, eventually he started to get a mental understanding of what it was to face the Pistons and going through the rigors of facing those teams in the East, because the East was it was a rugged physical. It was a rugged physical grind in the playoffs. It wasn't like no free flow. Now Chicago could play a free flow type of style, but they could also mix. After a while, they could mix it up too. They learned to adapt to the physicality and everything. But in the beginning, it was always, people don't talk about how everybody talks about all this shit about the Pistons being physical and stuff like that, like the bad boy team. Yeah, they were physical, but the Philadelphia 76ers were physical. New York Knicks were physical. The Boston Celtics were physical. The Milwaukee Bucks were physical. And I'm talking about in the 80s and stuff like that. The 90s wasn't even physical to me. Okay, I'm just being real with you. And everybody's going to be, oh, no, the 90s. No, the 80s. Go look at the 80s. Everybody's like, oh, the 90s. Oh, it's so physical. Fuck the 90s. They were undercut motherfuckers. Oh, the 90s. It was such a strong era. Yeah, no, it wasn't. I mean, they probably marketed it that way. You know what I'm saying? When they talk about New York, but they weren't as physical. Man, Boston was just as physical as the Pistons were. Go back and look. I mean, and sometimes, if we're really being honest, LA got physical sometimes when they needed to too. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I appreciated. Shout out to Michael Cooper. Yeah, Portland was physical too. I used to love, man. That's why I used to like watching Terry Porter. But anyways, man, I'm not trying to stray away from the subject, man. I could go all over the place. Y'all know me by now. But man, these guys are really bitter. They trying to do a tour because they broke. they probably falling on hard times. They don't feel like they getting the recognition. Look, we recognize y'all. I always recognize the Bulls team every time it comes to that. Both of those 3P teams. Luke Longley was an important player, man. I'm not going to sit here and cap like he wasn't. Bill Winnington was just as important, though. Okay, Tony Kukoc was just as important. Okay, Ron Harper was just as important. Judd Bushler was just as important. I'm just saying, like, it wasn't just you, man. And everybody wants to feel all this sympathy, for Scottie, and it'd be mainly the ones that don't like Jordan. It'd be mainly the people that really don't like Jordan, that they don't like his game and none of that stuff. Look, I'm able to like Jordan, but I'm also able to be objective at the same time. I don't get so subjective with Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Jordan had his fair share of flaws too. Okay, but at the same token, he knew how to hide them better than others. He even said that out of his own mouth. Yeah, Will Purdue, but they might have not. Listen. They might have not looked like basketball players and stuff like that, but they were important. They were important pieces and stuff, because everybody thinks that the triangle offense was such an easy offense to pick up, that was developed by Tex Winters, and then eventually Phil Jackson had to go ahead and implement it. It wasn't an easy offense to learn. You see, when Derek Fisher had tried to implement that when Phil Jackson was in New York, they had hella trouble trying to understand it. I mean, Melo even had to call Kobe in order to study how to get that type of offense right. And the reason why I know about the triangle offense is because when I was playing on the team that I played on, we ran a flex offense. The flex is a variation. It's a variation of the triangle. What's up, brown sugar? Let me rinse you up, baby. I thought I had you rinsed up. Some of you, I don't know what's going on, man. Okay, there you go, Queen. All right. But yeah, when I was playing, it was very difficult for me to pick up the flex and what some people might call the triangle. Because if you go look at the offenses and stuff like that, it'll have a flex offense and stuff, and we had to run that, and guys was getting on me. At first, it took me about I say it took me about maybe a month to get it, and sometimes I would get pulled out of the game because I didn't know. I would if we ran another offense, we'd be straight. So I had to learn it, and it's not an easy offense to learn. But guess who was picking it up really, really quick? Guess who picks up the triangle offense quicker than anybody? It was Dennis Rodman. You said Luke Longley can say he beat Karl Malone and John Stockton. Yeah, exactly. And what they don't know, that series when they played against Utah, that series was more about, and this is just my opinion, that series was more about the front line more than anything. And I'm talking about the guards. I mean, yeah, they did all right and everything, but it was more about the front line because it was a physical battle. You know what I'm saying? You talk about Malone, you talking about Carr. Everybody thinks that Carr was trash and all these guys were trash and all this other stuff, like, you know, Greg Ostertag and stuff like that. Man, them guys were physical, man. Utah was a physical team. They were a physical ass team. And that's all they want. You know, Scottie, man, I don't feel no sympathy for Scottie at all. I mean, he's a hell of a player, Hall of Famer, you know, top 75. I know there's some people that feel like he shouldn't be top 75, but I'll give Scottie on the top 75. Now, as far as the dream team, I want to talk about that for a minute. All right, I do want to talk about that for a minute. I do feel like Isaiah Thomas did get robbed. I felt like both Isaiah Thomas and Dominique Wilkins, got robbed on being on that on the dream team, and it doesn't take anything away from John Stockton. You said people wait. Pippen 2000, Game 7. Yeah, he did. Yeah, I mean, they weren't gonna stop Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant. They you know they went down to the wire, but the knock on Scottie was that, okay, you sat up there. And of course, you went to the Eastern Conference Finals, you know, by yourself and everything, without Jordan and stuff. But after that, people wanted to see, and I know, you know, with the shoulder and all that other stuff, you know, I know people they're gonna try to make any excuse they can for Scottie, but he was still relatively young. He was still relatively young to at least be the main player and at least get it done. You know what I'm saying? Jordan was able to in his later 30s. So I don't really give no excuses. I don't want to hear any of that. So when you went to Portland, when you went to H-Town, you know what I'm saying? People are gonna question you, dog. Yeah, they should have been on there. Hell yeah, they should have been on there. And I love Dominique Wilkins, man. And think about it. Dominique Wilkins, he was still... man, somebody fact check me. Was that before the Achilles injury? Because I'm trying to think when he suffered that Achilles injury. I think he suffered that it was like in 90... Was it in 91? Somebody fact check me if I'm wrong on that, because I'm trying to think of when he suffered that injury, because that might have held him back from being on that dream team. But when he suffered that Achilles injury, he was still able to get up and everything, but he wasn't the human highlight reel or whatever. But he could still score and everything, because people got to understand that he played a little bit more with ATL, then went to Boston. Now I think he went to Orlando. Yeah, but not it was 91. Yeah, 91. He was still and the Dream Team, that was 92. So yeah, that's why. Yeah, I knew it was around that time. So that's probably why. But Isaiah Thomas, he should have been on there. But like I said, it don't take nothing away from Stockton. It don't take nothing away from Stockton, man. I mean, he's all-time leader in steals and assists. As a matter of fact, man, one of my partners, man, I was talking to, we was getting into a back and forth, and he was discounting how good of a point guard John Stockton was. I know some people going to sit up there and talk about the skin pigmentation and all that other stuff, the fact that, he was, Caucasian and stuff like that, but that don't have nothing to do with it, because Gary Payton even said that Stockton helped him become a better player. But anyways, yeah, they just bitter, they're mad. They're bitter, they're mad that, they're not maybe getting the credit that they deserve and everything. Look, man, people know who you are. There's y'all have plenty of fans. Okay, it might not be as many fans as who some consider the GOAT, but you still got fans. You still got people out there that still appreciate what the hell you did. So they need to quit crying. And this is another thing too, man, about that whole Horace Grant situation and everything. What did Horace Grant do after Orlando? I'll wait. What was he doing after Orlando? I'll wait. You didn't really hear anything from him anymore. Didn't make no all-star teams anymore. There you go, man. Ted, man, you be, man. Hey, you be getting on him, man. Oh, man. Ted don't show no mercy, man. Yeah, oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he wanted. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, he won. Yeah, that's right. He did win a chip with the Lakers. Yeah, he did. He did. I forgot about that. He did win. That was in 2001. Yeah, I forgot about that. That was the last. That was the last of the three-peat. Yeah, man. '99, 2000, 2001. Yeah, I forgot about that. Damn, and one I think Glenn Rice was on there too, right? Won't Glenn Rice on there? So yeah, he ended up getting 4 rings. Oh, ring chasing ass. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but man, them guys are bitter, man. Them guys is really, really bitter, man. And look, they probably didn't like Michael Jordan's leadership style. Yeah, Glenn Rice, yeah. Rice was on it, man. Oh man. Yeah, I remember Rice. Oh man, dog. I used to like Glenn Rice too. And he was another one that didn't get along with Jordan. He didn't get along with Jordan either. Yep. But yeah, man, them guys is straight up just salty. They feeling some type of way. They mad because maybe Jordan had got the publicity and everything. But when they left, when Jordan left, wasn't nobody really talking about those guys. It was only 3 guys I mean, it was only 3 guys that they were talking about. Um, you said Luke Longley didn't last. No, he didn't last long. He didn't last long. I think Luke Longley ended up like falling into some sort of like depression or something like that. It had to do something with his wife or something like that, man. He was going through some stuff. I don't know if he was on drugs. I mean, don't quote me on that, man. I don't know a lot. Some of these guys are personal life. I used to like one guy I did like, and I felt like should have been appreciated a little bit more though. I'm not gonna lie to you, was B.J. Armstrong. I I like B.J. Armstrong because he was a professional, man. He did what was necessary, but I like B.J. Armstrong, man. I don't feel like a lot of people held B.J. Armstrong in high regard. B.J. Armstrong. You know who he remind me of? B.J. Armstrong remind me of Mario Chalmers. That's who he remind me of. They games are so similar. It's not even funny. Cause they both can shoot the 3. Okay, you like Ron Harper and Scott Williams? Yeah, man. Yeah, Ron Harper. Man, Ron Harper was a bad boy, y'all. Hey, Ron Harper. They used to call him a pro man's Jordan, and that's no knock. That's no shade either because Ron Harper was man. Ron Harper was bad. He was on the verge of a Hall of Fame career, and had it not been for the injury, yeah, man, he was nice, man. I mean, he could get up, and I hated to see that or whatever, man. He probably, man, low key, man. Well, I'm not gonna say I don't know, cause I was finna say he might have had a chance at delivering the Clippers, their first championship, but I think the Clippers, man, they better look out for the Clippers this year, but yeah, man, he was definitely a beast, man. I mean, first step, had a little, a little pull up, you know what I'm saying? But he was mainly a slasher. He was real athletic, you know what I'm saying? Um, and people forget that Ron Harper was a good defender even back then too. Yeah, he would dominate. A lot of these guys would dominate. Hey, while we talking trash, look, I might talk trash about Horace Grant and everything, but I guarantee you Horace Grant would be good in this NBA too, because of how less physical it is. You know, we often we look at some of those older players and we'd be like, oh man, he was garbage, that person was garbage, stuff like that. Anthony Mason, God rest his soul. God rest Anthony Mason's soul. A lot of people don't understand that Anthony Mason, he was one of the ones that ushered in that point forward, along with Scottie Pippen, along with Grant Hill. You said Ron Harper could have been a little bit better if injuries. He definitely keeps up with Jordan. Yeah, exactly. They both played like similar styles. You know, they had that real first step, getting to the basket. You know, they could go coast to coast. They could move without the ball. You know, they could dribble, drive, penetration. You know what I'm saying? Even if it came to facilitating, they could drive and kick. You know, and they were good at their breakaway game too. That's one of the reasons why I got Anthony Edwards as being the future face of the league. Now, Chad, I think Chad, you said Wembanyama, and that was a good one too. But I said Wembanyama, but I'm probably gonna give Wembanyama maybe about a 6 to 7 year window, a little bit after Anthony Edwards. But right now, bar none, is Anthony Edwards. And that's who Anthony Edwards reminds me of. He reminds me, a lot of people, they disagree with me on this. Some of the brothers in the LDBC, they might disagree with me on this. But Anthony Edwards reminds me of that Kobe. He got that Kobe and Jordan in his game. Only difference is that we know when it comes to PER and stuff, you know what I'm saying, he got to work on his PER, player efficiency rating. Yeah, well, Cliff Robinson, nah, he was more of I give Cliff Robinson more of a stretch. He was more of a stretch. He was more of a stretch forward. He ushered that in. But I'm when I talk about a point forward, I'm talking about guys that would really handle the rock. Cliff Robinson, he didn't handle the rock as much. I never saw him handle the rock as much, especially when he was with Portland. And I didn't see him definitely handling the rock when he was with Phoenix. Yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate that, Brown Sugar. Brown Sugar, man. Oh. Brown Sugar, babe. Nah, but look, you said Ant reminds me of D Wade on the court. You think so? I don't know. He way more athletic than D Wade. D Wade was athletic too, but man, man, Anthony Edwards. I'll have to see how high his vertical is. Man, Ted, you've been getting all the answers today. You and Brown Sugar, all y'all been beating me to the punch today. How high is Anthony Edwards' vertical? Because if it's anywhere near Vince Carter, then I mean we working with something. Because Anthony Edwards been jumping over, that dunk he did his second or third year in the league. I mean, that was vicious. And then the one where he dunked, he damn near jumped over what's his name's head on Miami. It's 45. I thought it was higher than that. I thought his vertical was higher than that. For some reason, I thought his vertical was higher than that, man. Cause I mean, he also be jumping from far too. He's jumping his vertically. He's getting high, but from the distance where he's jumping, like his long jump. Okay, was that his standing vertical? Because they got a standing vertical, and then they got that. They got one. The one step or whatnot. Hmm. That's crazy. For some reason I thought it was higher than that. But yeah, that's Anthony Edwards, man. He's gonna be the next to carry the league because he got the marketability, and like I mentioned earlier, um, what you call Ja Morant. The only reason that Ja Morant, I didn't mention him is he actually has the game to that you can market around, but the NBA don't want it. Yeah, standing, yeah, 45, but that's still good though. That's still good. Shit, that's great. But yeah, they don't want to market around Ja, especially they don't like his image. They don't want to do those type of images no more. The last one that they tried to do was with AI, and of course they wanted to build him up and then of course bring him down, sort of like what they did with Mike Vick. Tatum to cross over so bad. Well, I mean, Tatum's got a good case. And listen, this is another thing, y'all, and Ted. Uh, what you call Tatum? Tatum is only 25 years old. I mean, he's not. Tatum is still young. Yeah, they want the that clean cut type. They want the clean image and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But man, look, I mean, man, everybody can sit up here and try to say, oh yeah, we got to have this clean cut guy and stuff like that. But you'd be surprised at some of these what these people are doing. And yeah, Carlton Banks, man, Carlton Banks. Hey, but hey, Ted though, what happened when he turned into C note? What happened? Hey, what happened to Carlton when he turned into C note? He's like, I'm tired, y'all. Man, get C note a pillow, man. Oh man, hey man, I like kicking it with y'all, man. I got a lot of stuff that's gonna be happening right now. I thank y'all for just support me through this, man. I had to start back over. I'm starting a lot of stuff back over. You know what I'm saying with this channel and stuff. Um, as you know, I try to clean some things up. As far as the way I hate that the fact that they change so much stuff on here on YouTube. You can't do this, you can't do that. You know, it used to be a time when it was a freedom of expression, but now it's not that way anymore, and they hold it against you. They hold it against you. But I appreciate all y'all love and support, man, that y'all been showing me. And y'all keep on riding with me, man. I'm gonna be busting out a couple more. I'll probably go ahead and do another. I'm gonna do another couple of streams next week too, but it's gonna be on of course, on the StreamYard too or whatever. I'm just doing a little live and have y'all come up on the panel. You know what I'm saying? Chop it up with your boy too. You know what I'm saying? And got some other stuff that's coming down the pipeline too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. You keep on right, man. Brown sugar, you always, man. You man. You stay solid always. You know, 10 toes down always. But want y'all to like the video and make sure y'all share this. Um, Also, if you're not a member and you're listening, make sure you sub to the channel. Also, hit them notifications too, so that every time I drop a video or go live, y'all will be notified. Okay. Until then, man, I appreciate all y'all. Appreciate the love. Appreciate you, Kevin Cook, for showing up. I appreciate you, Ted, Brown Sugar, the Queen. Appreciate you, Sean, Alex, Barrington, all of y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man. And I'll be getting at y'all later.